much as I wish I could cherish you anytime I wanted. Like a favorite book you return to when your good days become haunted. Your presence brings me peace. Like no other, I can lose myself in the magical anecdotes you tell as if to a brother. And the soft glances made it someone else over my shoulder. And the accidental brushes of a hand that I wish could have been made bolder. You confuse me with every day that passes, because when I'm with you, a million stars could die and I wouldn't mind losing myself in the constellations in your eyes and the freckles on your shoulders that you try to hide. But I feel most alone when we sit side by side, shoulder to shoulder, knee to knee, hands impossibly close, and yet a universe apart from the one that I love most. What could have happened if we had met a few months earlier? If I had broken contract and broken spirits cried out from the mountain, but I would have had that much more time with you. Contentment overflowing the fountain, what I wouldn't give for time. Every minute lasts millennia and ends in an instant. The unbearable paradox of losing oneself in the moment, losing oneself in another's touch, and hoping only for another to sweep them away with less than a word. And you're left with only yourself. And a fantasy that your sister called absurd. Maybe you are like your namesake, the lone true example found in this city of angels, the only one whose brilliance only helps bring glory to others for their own sake, while I hide from the beams of light in your mahogany eyes. Nobody more shameful. An ancient hymn titled "Guilty as Sin" rings incessantly in my head because I love you with a ferocity that this language can only describe as sacrilegious. But it's the kind of feeling that leaves you kicking and screaming in your bed as you remember the burning of Rome, the burning of love, the burning of bridges. Never has the need for a goodbye been so painful and so cruel, because I was the one who screwed this over and said how I feel. I was the one with some imagined torture chamber that I managed to make real. Who could have seen it coming? The big bad blonde takes the fall for falling for someone who didn't want a relationship at all. I can't stop moving, fidgeting, making sure that my mind is constantly distracted, and yet I find myself entirely unable to engage a single muscle. The only movement, a singular tear unintentionally enacted, hiding from myself in the grave I dug with words of endearment. And people ask but never truly comprehend what in the world that singular tear could have meant. My heart has hardened after years of torment, the heat of embarrassment and the pressure of perfection, forming a flawless diamond, playing for all to see through with perfect bullshit detection, and yet a single smile from you makes it shatter. The sand in my broken hourglass returning to the sea as the waves become flattered. And with it, I will go. For death would be more enjoyable than watching the one I love another and become someone else's miracle. And yet, a single night brings hope for a recovery. Few words spoken, for all can be said in the touch of a hand placed with a purpose. And in the face of ruin and disrepair, a face like that makes mind's feeble warnings worthless. Hours spent in near silence, the closeness of another's heartbeat to my fingertips, for that was the point of it all. To show love and to be shown love without demand. But perhaps the point was lost. in the noise of another's yearnings, and though I felt like I won in the moment, I was granted no bereavement earnings. Pressing the point of a knife to a highway of my own lifeblood might be easier than this. Leaving behind the fantasy of something so pure and so true, lips never having been graced with even a phantom kiss. I can't win a game for which someone has already claimed the title. Being your lover is a role for one, and I'm still waiting for you to... I'm still waiting for you to come to my recital.
We're excited.